Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Congregation Beth Israel in Houston. Live streaming is here for you. I'm delighted that we can share the Shabbat together, sharing beautiful prayers, inspiring music, and an important message. As the week continues and Shabbat begins, please accept my very best wishes for good health, much life, and greater peace. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom. Good Shabbos to each of you. As we come into the Gordon Chapel on this beautiful Shabbat morning, we are reminded of the joy of this day, which enables us to create a break from all that may have occurred during the week and spend time in prayer and reflection, grateful to God for all of the blessings we find in our lives. And on this Shabbat, we are also grateful for the opportunity to celebrate with Ellis and Oliver as they are called to the Torah as B'nai Mitzvah. We're pleased to welcome all of the family and friends who have joined us here this morning. You will find our prayer books in front of you. We encourage you to follow along throughout our service in our prayers, both in Hebrew and in English. In addition, there is some commentary at the bottom of each page and transliteration should you need some assistance with the Hebrew. We are grateful to welcome all of our young friends who have joined us this morning. We look forward to your full participation in our service. We ask that you and everyone please silence any cell phones you may have brought with you, and please refrain from using them during the service for any text messaging or picture taking, as it disturbs the flow of our service and the sacred mood we wish to create and sustain. Cantor will now continue.
We continue now with the singing of Ma Tovu on page 74. How fair are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel.
Ishke
We continue on page 91.
For our teachers and their students, and the students of the students, we ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say, Amen.
Amen.
And for those who study Torah, here and everywhere, may they be blessed with all they need, and let us say, Amen.
Amen.
We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say, Amen.
Amen.
Please turn to page 108 and rise for Baruch Hu. Page 110. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvorei choshech oseh shalom uvorei et hakol hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha barachamim uv tuvo mehadesh bechol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reshit Ma rabu ma'aseha Adonai kulam bechochma asita Mala ha'aretz kinuneha Tit barach Adonai Eloheinu al sheva ma'aseh yadeha Ve'al me'ore or she asita yefaruha selah Or chadash al tzion ta'ir V'nizkeh hulanu mehera la'oro Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'me'orot. We continue on page 112. How deeply you have loved us, Adonai, our God, gracing us with surpassing compassion. On account of our forebears, whose trust led you to teach them the laws of life, be gracious to us, teaching us well. O merciful one, have mercy on us, by making us able to understand and discern, to heed, learn, and teach, and lovingly to observe, perform, and fulfill all that is in your Torah. Enlighten our eyes with your Torah. Focus our minds on your mitzvot. Unite our hearts in love and reverence for your name. Then we will never feel shame, never deserve rebuke, and never stumble. Having trusted in your great and awesome holiness, we shall celebrate your salvation with joy. Together, gather us in peace from the four corners of the earth, and lead us upright into our land. For you, O God, work wonders. You chose us. Truly you drew us near to your great name, that we might acknowledge you, declaring you one in love. Praise be you, Adonai, who chooses your people Israel in love. Baruch atah Adonai, haboher ba'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Page 114.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Seated. Page 116. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ela asher Anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvishareha. Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim u'liot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. We read together in the middle of the page. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments, and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Please turn to page 120. For us, this eternal teaching is true and enduring, beloved and precious, awesome, good, and beautiful. The God of the universe is truly our sovereign, the rock of Jacob, our protecting shield. God endures through all generations. God's name persists. God's throne is firm. God's sovereignty and faithfulness lasts forever. God's words live and endure, faithful and precious for eternity. Together. From Egypt you redeemed us, freeing us from bondage. For that your beloved sang praise, exalting you. Your dear ones offered hymns, songs, praise, blessings, and thanksgiving to you as sovereign, the living and enduring God, high and exalted, great and awesome. God ever humbles the proud, raises the lowly, frees the imprisoned, redeems the afflicted, helps the oppressed, answering our people when we cry out. Praise to God Most High. Blessed is God and deserving of blessing. In great joy, Moses, Miriam, and Israel responded with song to you, all of them proclaiming. Rock of Israel, rise in support of Israel and redeem Judah and Israel as you promised. Our Redeemer, Adonai Tzavaot, is your name. Blessed are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Thank you.
We continue now with our tefillah on pages 124, 126, and 128. Please rise. Adonai sefatai tifta ufi yagi tehilateha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu. Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rahel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur V'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Zoher Hastei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevit Gula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mehaye HaKol Atah, Rav Lehoshia. Mehakel Haim Behesed, Mehaye HaKol Berahamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofeh Holim, Umatir Rasurim, Unchayim Emunato Lishenei Afar, Mihamocha Baal Gevurot, Umidomech Lach, Melech Meid, Umekaye, Umatzmiya Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lehahayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai mehaye hakol. We read together in the middle of page 128. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Page 130.
נקדש שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב היה את נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, אדיר שמך בכל הארץ. שמך נקדיש, בשבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
To all generations, we declare your greatness, and for all eternity, proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Please be seated. Page 132. Those who keep Shabbat by calling it a delight will rejoice in your realm. The people that hallow Shabbat will delight in your goodness. For being pleased with the seventh day, you hallowed it, as the most precious of days, drawing our attention towards the work of creation. We continue reading together on page 134. Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot, and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness, and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai our God, grant us our holy Shabbat as a heritage. May Israel, who sanctifies your name, rest on Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 136. Find favor, Adonai, our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer and love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call, turn lovingly to your servants. Pour out your Spirit upon us. Let our eyes behold your loving return to Zion. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion. Page 139. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations. Modim anachnu lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons, Modim anachnu lach. For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements, Modim anachnu lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression, Modim anachnu lach. For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared, Modim anachnu lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so others might live in dignity and freedom. Modim anachnu lach. For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose. Modim anachnu lach. We pray that we may live not by our fears but by our hopes, not by our words but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimha uha na'el lehodot. Page 140. Grant peace, goodness, and blessing, grace, kindness, and mercy to us and to all your people Israel. Bless us, our Creator, all of us together, through the light of your presence. Truly, through the light of your presence, Adonai, our God, you gave us a Torah of life, the love of kindness, justice, and blessing, mercy, life, and peace. May you see fit to bless your people Israel at all times, at every hour, with your peace. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. We pray silently.
In our prayer book, we turn now to page 244 as we prepare for the reading of Torah. Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai v'ein kama'asecha malchutcha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'ador Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitin Adonai varech et amo v'ashalom. There's none like you among the gods, Adonai, and there are no deeds like yours. You are sovereign over all worlds, and your dominion is in all generations. Adonai reigns, Adonai has reigned. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Adonai will give strength to our people. Adonai will bless our people with peace. It's a pleasure, a privilege now to call to the Bima to open the doors of the Holy Ark, Pamela Meyer and Justin Coco, as well to stand by here, the Torah reading table, to help us to undress the Torah, Rebecca and Ross Gordon. And as we open the doors of the Holy Ark now, we rise. Havogod el Eloheinu unuchavo la Torah. Let us declare the greatness of our God and give honor to the Torah.
Gadlul Adonai ti uneromma shemo yachdav lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanitzach v'hahor ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz lecha Adonai hamelacha v'amina
This Shabbat morning, our Torah reading comes from the book of Genesis, beginning in chapter 28, verse 10, in the portion called Vayetze. It's a great privilege to call to Torah, to recite the blessings, giving thanks to God for the gifts of Torah. Sandra and Stephen Gordon, please come forward.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher baruch banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayetze Yaakov miber Shava vayelech Harana vayifka b'makom vayalen sham kiva hashemesh vayikach me'avnei hamakom vayasem me'ra'ash hatav vayishkav b'makom hahu vayahalom v'hine sulam mutzav Artza v'sho magia hashamayma v'hine ma'ahe Elohim olim ve'ordim bo v'hine Adonai nitzav alav v'yomar ani Adonai Elohe Avraham aviha v'Elohe Yitzhak ha'aretz asher ata shohev aleha Leha enena uzareha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tokenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yamod, 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 Michael, Bar Mitzvah.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. V'haya zaraha ka'afar ha'aretz ufarat ta'ah Yama v'kedma v'tzafona v'negba v'nivrehu beha kol mishpachot ha'adama uvzareha v'hine anohi imach ushmartiha beho asher telech ushmartihi votiha beho adama zot kilo ezocha asher imasiti asher dibarti lach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nata b'tokenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
And our Torah reading continues in Genesis chapter 29, verse 1. And once more, it's such a pleasure to invite you to recite the blessings for this Aliyah as we give thanks to God for the gifts of Torah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher baruch banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Amen. Vayitza Yaakov raglav vayelech artza v'nekedem vayar vehine ve'er basadem vehine sham shlosha edretzon rotzim aleha ki min haber hahi yashku ha'adarim ve'evan gadola al pi haber.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nata b'tokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vene esush.
Yamor, Yamor, Yamor are ye live, ha-bar mitzvah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vene esushama koham v'galelu ha'evan me'al pi haber v'yishku et hatzon v'heshifu ha'evan al pi haber al pi ha'linkoma Vayomer lahem Yaakov ahai me'ayin atem vayomru meharain anachnu Vayomer lahem hayadatem et Lavan ben Nahor vayomru yadanu Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam natan b'tohenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
It's a privilege to call on Pat Gavin Gordon to assist in dressing the Torah.
Our Haftarah today is found in the book of Hosea, verses 3 through 5. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has chosen faithful prophets to speak words of truth. Praise to you, Adonai, for the revelation of Torah, for your servant Moses, for your people Israel, and for the prophets of truth and righteousness. Take words with you and return to the eternal, and say, forgive all iniquity and accept the good. We shall offer the fruit of our lips. Assyria cannot save us. We shall ride on horses no more. Never again shall we say, our God, to the works of our hands. For in you alone the orphan finds compassion. I will heal their disloyalty. I will love them freely, for my wrath has been turned away from them.
We continue with verse 6. I will be like dew to Israel. They shall blossom like a lily and strike the roots like the trees of Lebanon. Their shoots shall spread out wide, their splendor like an olive tree's, their fragrance like that of Lebanon. Those who sit in their shade shall return to me. They shall grow their corn and blossom like a vine, renowned as the wine of Lebanon. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, rock of all creation, righteous one of all generations, the faithful God, whose word is deed, who creates by speaking, whose every command is just and true. For the Torah, for the privilege of worship, for the prophets, and for this Shabbat, that you, Adonai our God, have given us, for holiness and rest, for honor and glory, for everything, Adonai our God, we thank and bless you. May your name be blessed forever by every living being. Praise to you, Adonai, for the Sabbath and its holiness.
Amen.
Amen. My Torah portion is Vayetze, from the book of Genesis. In this portion, Jacob walks from Haran to Beersheba, and he lays down on a rock. After that, he falls asleep and dreams of a ladder with angels going up and down. God speaks to Jacob, and he says, I am your eternal God, and I will give this land to your descendants, and they will be numerous. Then, God tells Jacob that he will always follow Jacob and guide him and his people, and he will bring him back to this soil. When Jacob wakes up, he exclaims, truly the divine was here, and I didn't know it. Jacob was amazed, and he knew the experience was holy and represented the gate and opening of heaven. Then, that morning, Jacob poured oil on the rock and named the place Bethel as a monument. When Jacob woke up, he may have been confused and disoriented, since he was in a strange land. Jacob would have many things in store for him later in his life, and he was not focused on what would happen in his future. Jacob was fixated on what had happened when he woke up. He poured oil on the rock where he had fallen asleep, and he was focused on the fact that he had a divine encounter. I feel like this is a very good way to live life. Being in the moment and appreciating the experience. According to one Torah scholar, the ladder represents the fact that Jacob has his ups and downs. Jacob has strengths and weaknesses. After his dream, Jacob learned that he was flawed, but Jacob could still receive God's blessing and be in God's presence, even if he didn't know it at that time. Just like when I have my ups and downs in life, when bad things happen or I'm struggling with something, I can still seek inspiration from God. Like when I moved from Chicago to Houston, I also felt as though I was in a strange land and I was disoriented. I knew that I needed to focus on being in the moment and appreciate the positive things around me. I also learned this lesson as I was preparing for my Bar Mitzvah. I had to put a lot of effort into my Bar Mitzvah. I felt down and worried that I would fail. I spent time thinking about my Torah portion and wondered whether I could learn from it, while getting through the material and making sure I would be prepared today. This lesson is important to me personally, since I can get easily frustrated. I can have a difficult time when something goes horribly wrong. When I was in school a couple weeks ago, I got very frustrated when I got a bad grade on a quiz in science. Instead of thinking it out, I got angry and thought of the negative effect it would have on my grade later on. Instead, I should have thought about ways to fix my grades, instead of me just getting angry. This means more to me now that I'm becoming a Bar Mitzvah, because the process of making the whole thing happen is very difficult. And I need to keep my cool and be happy throughout all of it. Otherwise, it will be a more difficult experience. My mom is a very good example of someone who does those things where, even if things are tough, she keeps her composure and never gets angry, at Oliver at least. I had an experience with this lesson while doing my mitzvah project when I was on the top of the ladder, and I was doing the mitzvah project to help people in my community. It felt good to know that I'm helping out less fortunate people. Now, I will conclude with a prayer to God. I want to give a prayer of thanks for my parents, my family, Oliver, my tutor Hannah, my friends. Thank you also to all of my family and friends who traveled here to be with me today. And thank you to the clergy at Beth Israel. They have all supported me through my ups and downs, my frustrations, and my successes. I appreciate everything you do for me. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
My Torah portion is also Vaytzei. It begins with Jacob, who is on the run from his brother Esau. He's traveling to Haran to seek safety with his uncle, Laban, when he meets our matriarch Rachel, his cousin, for the first time and falls in love with her. Jacob asked Laban, Rachel's father, for his hand in marriage. Laban told Jacob he had to work for 7 years before he could do so. At the end of the 7 years at the wedding, Laban tricked Jacob by swapping out Rachel with Leah, Rachel's older sister. When Jacob asked to marry Rachel instead, Laban said he would have to work another 7 years. The old bait and switch trick. One lesson to be learned from this story is karma. What comes around, goes around. Earlier in Bereshit, Jacob tricked his father Isaac into giving him the blessing rather than as is intended to his brother Esau. Due to that story, it doesn't sound unfair or undeserving that Jacob would get tricked, since Jacob first tricked Esau. If you are dishonest to others, you may receive unfair treatment as well. Another lesson that could be gained from the portion is to work hard for your goals and to never give up. Jacob worked 14 years to marry his wives, and it was well worth it. They had many children. 12 of those children were sons and became the 12 tribes of Israel. That teaches you to never give up, and it will all pay off. I have learned a lot about being persistent and not giving up. Ever since I was a little boy, once I got interested in something, I spent all my time on that. Never quit and put everything I have into it. I always keep going until I can't anymore. Whether it was Legos or Beyblades when I was younger, to researching reptiles or shoes as I got older. When I'm interested in something, it's all I think about all day. I just keep going and never stop. During my mitzvah project, I volunteered to repaint and pick up trash at a school that was damaged by Hurricane Harvey. I also volunteered to hand out food to less fortunate people with Memorial Hermann and the Houston Food Bank. On both of those projects, I worked outside for hours. I was tired and hot, but didn't give up because I knew other people would enjoy food and a reopened school much more than I would enjoy some air conditioning. I also think about honesty for my Torah portion. Honesty is a trait that I value for my friends and family. If I'm not honest or don't take accountability for something, then I know it'll come back worse for me in the end. Finally, I'd like to give a prayer to God of thanks and gratitude. I'm thankful for all the help and support from everybody I know to keep me going. In particular, I appreciate my family and my friends. I'm glad that many people traveled long distances to be here for me and to support me. I'm thankful for my parents for raising me to be my best and for working hard. I also would like to thank Rabbi Lyon, Rabbi Scott, Rabbi Foster, Cantor Trumpeter, and my Bar Mitzvah tutor Hannah for making this experience much easier and helping me every step of the way. Shabbat Shalom.
Ellis and Oliver, now you can look at everybody in the congregation and see very friendly faces, family and friends who love and support you very much. I must say that you both did a beautiful job today, and the nervous energy is really what carried them today, because they were nervous, but also very prepared and ready. And it's very obvious that you're not only wonderful brothers, but good friends. You know just how to poke each other and create a little tumult and aggravation between each other. But when it really comes to it, you took your place on the bima, and you led us like the Jewish young men that you are, leading us in prayer, reading from the Torah, chanting very significant portions, and teaching us meaningful lessons too. Ellis, you have so much going for you. Your parents are so proud of you. At school, your hobbies, your interests are a large part of your world, and your friends too. So I'm grateful that you made a little portion of your time and effort to focus on the other part of you that's also growing and maturing, which is who you are as a Jewish young man. And in your Torah portion, you'll never forget the great story of Jacob and the ladder that went from the ground to the heavens, the angels going up and down on it. And just as Jacob woke up from that dream, I'm sure from time to time in your life, you might say to yourself, God is in this place, and I didn't know it. Because the world is filled with such mysteries and awesome things happening all around us. Sometimes we say, oh, it can be explained by science, it can be explained by reason. And as Reformed Jews, we appreciate science and reason and rationality. But there's a place for the spiritual, the religious, what you call awesome stuff. And the awesome is the place where sometimes we can't always explain it by science and reason. Sometimes things happen for reasons we can't explain. And that's where you might say, God is in this place, and I didn't know it, but I know it now. And today, as your parents watch you both grow up to be the young men that you are, they might even be saying, wow, what a great Torah portion for Ellis today. Because sometimes we don't pick the Torah portions, sometimes the Torah portions pick us. And I think it's a perfect one for you. So that as you continue to grow, keep your eyes and your heart, your soul open to be aware of all the wonders of the world around you, as well as all of the world of wonders that God has created in you. Mazel tov to you, Ellis. I'm real proud of you. Oliver, you stood on that block today and like a powerhouse filled this room with the sound of your voice, in song and in word, and I would say your neshama too. Your soul really carried the day today. And your Torah portion was wonderful. That idea of having to work so hard, 7 years for one and 7 years for another. You read some beautiful words too that explain that Jacob worked for the love of his life. It made 7 years seem like only a few. And as you alluded to in your speech, it's true that if you find something in your life that you really love doing, they say you'll never work a day in your life. Because if you find that passion that really carries you over the line, it's something that you'll get up in the morning and run to do, and you'll never want to stop doing it. And if I heard you correctly, you're exactly that kind of guy. Your energy just carries you over the finish line time and again. And like your brother, you have a lot of interests, a lot of things going on in your life. But being Jewish is a large part of who you are becoming too. So if working on your bar mitzvah was hard work, and I know that it was, sometimes you were frustrated, sometimes you said, do I have to do it? But once you applied yourself, you discovered that there are a lot of things that you can do that you never thought you could. And that's a wonderful lesson to take from this experience too. Being a child is easy. You can turn to your parents and grandparents and many people to help, to buy you what you want, to soothe your feelings. But when you become an adult, you have to take ownership of all that you are, even if you have to work hard at it, or even if it feels like it goes by very quickly. But I think you're well on your way, Oliver. And I think that as brothers and as friends, you're going to do wonderfully together, and most importantly, as you make your own separate ways, not like Jacob and Esau. You're both Jacobs. You're both good people. Esau was a little bit of a troublemaker, they say. He was a man of the field. Well, I would hope to think that you were both men of the tent. Jacob stayed home and studied. Now, that might not sound appealing to you, but he was a father of many, many nations. And may you also continue to grow and be, as the Torah says, part of the future of the Jewish people as we continue to grow and prosper too. So mazel tov to both of you, very proud of you, and it's a pleasure now to present to you some gifts on behalf of the congregation. Come on over here. We have Kiddush cups for you. Yeah, you got a little taller there. Some Kiddush cups for you that you'll take home and raise on Shabbat and holidays to sanctify special moments with the sweetness of the wine. And Oliver, for you, and for you, Ellis, certificates of your bar mitzvah that say you really did it, you were called to the Torah, you chanted and taught us very well from the portion called Vayetze. And these are gift certificates from the Reformed Jewish movement, $250 each, that we would like you to apply as you make a trip to Israel in high school or college to help pay the way, to return to that place where it all started, and to come home and invest yourself in the well-being and the future of the Jewish community in America, especially in Houston and at Congregation Beth Israel. And you'll discover there for yourselves not only the history and the archaeology and all the politics that we read about, but also the remarkable innovation that comes out of Israel. You'd probably like to know that Herzliya, Tel Aviv, and other places in Israel are second only to Silicon Valley when it comes to technology and innovation. So run there and find out what you can and come home and share it with us. So mazel tov, and now I'd like to invite Rabbi Scott and Cantor to join us. Boys, come over here, and if you'll face the Holy Ark, we would like to share with you the blessing of old, that it may go well with you today and for many years to come.
May God bless you and protect you. May God's presence shine upon you and always be good to you.
May God grant you all that you wish for yourselves, all that your parents and grandparents, family and friends wish for you too. May it be long life, mitzvah, and the greatest blessing of all, a lifetime filled with peace.
Amen.
Amen. Mazel tov. And now, as we prepare to return the Torah to the Holy Ark, it's a privilege to invite David Leibowitz to the Bima to open the doors of the Holy Ark. And as we raise the Torah now, we rise. Yehallelu et Shem Adonai ki nizgav shemo levado. Let us praise the name of the Lord, for God's name alone is exalted. In our prayer book now, we turn to the bottom of page 282 and 287 as we join in Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon HaKol
לתקדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please remain standing. We turn now to page 294, and as we do, we call to heart and to mind all of our loved ones who have departed this earth and gone on to the peace of life eternal. And on this Shabbat morning, we think especially of Lawrence List, Maxine List, Robert Gordon, Audrey Gordon. In their honor and memory, we join together now in the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alman divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon u'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu, le'elam min kol v'yirchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom v'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, and bring comfort to all of the bereaved among us, as together we say, amen. Please be seated. At this time, our formal prayers have ended, but our blessings continue. And so we invite Ellis and Oliver to come forward once again, and this time bring your parents so that they can share some personal words with you.
All right, these words are from both of us. I was worried about your dad crying. So I'm going to say them, okay? All right. This may be just as embarrassing for me as it is for you. Got it? Yeah, I know. Okay. Ellis, as you know, we have always worried very deeply about you. Your impatience, even in utero, gave you a very rough start to your life. Your illness as a newborn impacted our need to always look out for you. Oftentimes, our worries have frustrated you, as they might have come across as overprotective. Yeah, I know. But we've had a couple of milestones along the way. When you were 2 years old, we were taking a walk, and you stopped and you looked around, and you asked us, how did all this stuff get here on Earth? Well, we were amazed that our little toddler would question what is around him and consider his place in the world. And you have never stopped questioning and contemplating the world and how things work within it. We are proud that you have this curiosity and innate desire to learn, even if it means you never accept the answer because I said so. You did not settle on getting a computer. You needed to build your own. And then you didn't stop. You built your own keyboard. We are proud of how this curiosity shapes your everyday life and also your Jewish faith. You have a remarkable ability to embrace your spiritual side, along with your drive for certainty and clarity as to how things work. And we're here for another milestone in your life, and I'm reminded again of your unique sense of wonder of the world and how you take your place among it as a young man. We are proud of the young man you've become, and while we might still worry about you from time to time, today we take a deep exhale, and we know that both you and your life will be magnificent and full of adventure and success. We cannot wait to enjoy more milestones with you in your life, take pride in your success, and enjoy every minute of being your parents. Oliver, we have thought a lot about what has led us to today and the many challenges you faced in taking this important step to becoming a man. You were determined from the minute you were born. You were 3 pounds, struggled to breathe, and spent your first few days and weeks in an incubator. While you were in the incubator, you kept ripping out your feeding tube. Your caregivers would tape it down, and you would rip it out again, time and time again. In response, your doctor said to us, "I have good news and bad news. The good news is that if you're strong enough to rip it out, Oliver is going to be okay. The bad news is that, even as a newborn, your son is stubborn and insubordinate." You are that same kid today. You know what you need, and you stop at nothing once you set your mind to something. We are proud of your perseverance and focus, and every day we consider it a privilege to be your parents. You are strong and confident, sensitive and caring, bright and thoughtful. We admire your ability to be self-assured, clever, in spite of your corny jokes, and considerate. You are comfortable in your own skin, and it makes others comfortable to be around you as well. You have such a strong core of what is right and what is wrong. You make great reasoned decisions, and you have a maturity and a wisdom that is rare for a young man your age. You are kind to others, and you have a forgiving nature, which is very helpful when your family is so annoying. We are truly blessed to have you as our son and cannot be more proud of you. And we want to say something to both of you. Take a moment today and look out at all your friends and your family and your supporters who are here today. Some from many miles away to root for you, support you, and share this blessing in your life. Keep this feeling with you, because as you grow up, you'll have obstacles, challenges, and setbacks. And as you feel those frustrations, remember this feeling and reflect back on it for strength and know that we love you.
Now, as we take our places in the center of the bima, we invite all of our cousins who are here as they come forward. We rise as we join together in our blessings over our wine and challah.
We'll join the blessings over the Kiddush wine and challah, and afterwards everyone will enjoy Kiddush luncheon with family. So we raise our Kiddush cups and sing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen.
Take a sip and hand it to your parents. Boys, you can hold the challah. You have some cousins who are hungry and waiting. So let's share our blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Good Shabbos.
shalom.
Thank you for joining us at Congregation Beth Israel in Houston. Sharing Shabbat with you is so meaningful to us. Let's join together again very soon. My very best wishes to you for a good week. Shabbat Shalom.